Welcome to Mamas on a Mission, a lifestyle show for moms that are on a mission to create an extraordinary life. I'm Virginia Jimenez, and today is another Mindful Monday moment. I wanted to start off with talking about that today is not going to be a breathing and visualization exercise. I have been, in the last 3 weeks, there's been a no Mindful Monday moment, and things, there were things that happened that were changing. So for example, the last 2 weeks we were facing a hurricane in Florida, so that was what was going on. But before that, it was just a lack of focus, and I wanted to share that because even moments like that are learning moments for me. Mindful Monday moments are something that I think is important because it's about incorporating new ways of living to help us live an extraordinary life. And several years back, I discovered that I was doing a 30-day challenge, which extended into several months, maybe 3 or 4 months of waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And it was definitely 6 weeks where I was consistently waking up at 5 a.m. to do meditation, to read a chapter from a book, to write in my journal, sometimes to listen to motivational audios and things of that nature. And it was all just to set myself up for a great day. And especially because at that time, it was just myself and my children living at home. And I felt that I was always doing for somebody else and not for myself. I would take care of them in the mornings. I'd go to work. I'd take care of other people at work. I'd come home. I'd take care of them. And it was this constant cycle. So I wanted to kind of apologize for the last 3 weeks, but I also wanted to invite you to do something if you see that you have fallen off a routine that you feel is beneficial for you. For one, I think that it's not something that we intentionally want to sabotage, our success or our progress, or that we want to break a habit necessarily. Sometimes other things comes up. There's distractions that come up. There are, environmental things that come up, things out of your control, like the hurricane that happened. Sometimes there's changes within your home situation. There's changes within your work situation, and all these type of things that happen outside can definitely alter, of course, some of the practices that we've been incorporating, the habits that we're trying to instill in our lives. But one of the things that I feel like every time I have moments like this where it's like, okay, I've been doing something consistently and all of a sudden I fall off, what I have found to be helpful in those type of situations is going back to why this is so important to begin with. Why was it that I decided to do Mindful Monday Moments? Why was Mama on a Mission even created? And before I even started this channel, I created a business plan, pretty much. I mean, I use a template from a business plan to create the vision, the mission, the objectives of this. What are the metrics I would use to measure success on Mamas on a Mission? But the biggest thing from there, the biggest thing that I would like to share from you is, is an understanding why, and using a vision and mission statement is helpful for that. For projects that you do, it's helpful for even in your family. Like, what is the purpose of you guys coming together? And I mean, not that we have to have some solidified purpose, and not that that purpose has to be the purpose forever and ever and ever. Sometimes purposes change with life circumstances that change. Like, for example, I know somebody that their purpose was to, their purpose in living is to improve the environment just by starting to teach people how to grow plants, right? And they started on their own doing that, and then they would pass it along to their friends and people that seemed interested, and that was their main focus. Their main purpose was to do things like that, and then something happened in their life where it shifted everything, and just like the foundation of what they thought was the purpose kind of was rocked, because now their purpose shifted to helping somebody else because something happened to a loved one, and so sometimes things happen in life where our purpose can shift, but many times we have an idea of something that we really want. It's grand and it's big, and knowing what your vision and mission is helpful. So when I wrote my vision and mission, I wrote it out. I actually wrote it out, and I had it plastered on my wall. And I had to go back to that and remind myself why this was even created to begin with. What was the purpose of all this? And if you're interested in writing a vision vision and mission statement. I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that right now. Let's start off with the vision. You know, the vision is something like, it's big, like I said, it's grand, right? It's something, you know, it's not too detailed when you think about it. It's more like this huge idea or dream that you might have. You know, it's almost like the idea of going all the way to the top of a mountain, because you know that up there it will be a point of reference where you can see grander scale, right? So the vision is the fact that you want to get to that top of the mountain, and what that means to you, you know, in a couple of sentences. And then the mission is actually what it takes to get to that vision, to be able to see from the top of the mountain. You know, what is it that you would need to do? What is it that you feel would be beneficial for you to do? So for example, my vision is to help people live an extraordinary life, to inspire people to live, you know, to change, to transform, to live happier, fulfilling lives, right? And to do that, my mission is to speak, to coach, to create experiences for people to develop, to tap into themselves, and to be able to see the obstacles that they don't even know are there, that are holding them back from living that fulfilling life. And for that, and those reasons behind that are to, you know, to obviously see that people are able to live happily. And I think that sometimes we think that happiness is just the things that we do, the things that we buy, the amount of success other people kind of point our way. I felt like that, at least for me, many years. My accolades from others should have been success, but it was not enough. So it was not enough, and I think that's the word there. It was not enough because I didn't really have other things that were fulfilling, such as being able to just understand what my needs were, my wants were, what made me really tick, not what everybody else said made me tick. What else? The relationships that I had, you know, they weren't all fulfilling. How authentic was I being in them? How authentic were other people being with me in those relationships? Just not being able to understand how to, or I shouldn't say how to, but just being able to know myself. That self-awareness was where happiness began for me. Real happiness, like more consistent happiness. Being able to know myself, and even in the darkest moments, just like know how to manage myself. Those were moments of happiness for me, knowing that it's not perfect, it's okay, it's not perfect. When moments come up, how do I deal with the situation? Those are moments of happiness for me. So anyways, the vision and mission, I got kind of gone off on a tangent, but the vision and mission I think is extremely important. And I think in any project that you create, even in your home, like what is your mission and vision with your children, with your family? What is the vision and mission you have for yourself? We are the ones creating purpose. We can find purpose in the things that we already enjoy, that we already like. We can create new purposes around whatever it is that we decide to do with our lives. But I think that it's easy for us to fall, you know, to start some routines and sometimes fall off. And it's helpful to have that vision and mission statement. So you should check that out. I'm going to include a resource. There's a book that I use. It's actually a business planning book, but I really feel that you can use it again. Like this type of template you can use to organize yourself and understand why you want to create, let's say, a new business, why you want to create a channel, a YouTube channel, why is it that you want to create this meetup, you know, in your local community, or any other project that you may have. It's called the 1 hour plan, the 1 hour plan, business plan, and I'll put the link, I think that's the name. I'll put the link below. It really is about an hour. I did it in an hour and a half. I've helped other people use the same template to kind of get organized, to kind of get focused, to gain clarity on what it is that they really want, so that it's not just like, you know, shooting in the darts of what to do every day and starting routines that you fall off from because there's no substance behind it. It's no like, wait, what's the purpose of that again? So I hope that's helpful to you. And I hope you guys have a wonderful start to this week. If you feel tension in yourself, take a moment to go back to one of the old videos where I've done some breathing and visualization exercise. It's been so helpful. Even for myself, I have been doing a different meditation, which I can't really share with you guys because it's an hour long. It's very long, but you can check out that resource. It's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He has some really, really good guided meditation CDs and audio downloads that you can check out. He might have some on YouTube, I'm not sure, but you can check that out too. But that's been what I've been using lately, and it's been so good. Very, very good. So anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful start to the week. Feel free to like this, share with a friend that may need it, send me a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Have a wonderful start to the week, and remember that in life, your circumstances don't define you. What defines you are your actions, decisions around them. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.